Hi and welcome to Normski TV. Another match review and player ratings. Arsenal go to Leeds and end up getting a draw. Whether it was a well-earned draw, should I say? Who knows? To be honest, we were lucky to get away with it. With Leeds hitting the post, the bar. That's what saved us, and obviously Leno, was probably our best player, for making a lot of those vital saves, especially the one where he got down to his right quickly against Bamford. And I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss in terms of where Arsenal go from here. We are sitting currently 11th in the table on 13 points, a goal difference of -1. We've played 9 games, lost 4, drawn 1, won 4, and only scored 9 goals. Something here is absolutely lacking in terms of the shots that we have against teams now. We are not doing well at all concerning that area of the field. In our attacking area, in our creative area, we're not doing well at all. I understand we needed to fix up the defence, and we've done that, but at the cost of our attacking play, literally is non-existent. Aubameyang, the formation yesterday, Arteta went with a 4-2-3-1. He changed up the personnel. He played Aubameyang down the middle, brought Willock into the side. He brought Pepe, but still he ended up playing Willian, who I still think should not have really played yesterday. Obviously with his excursions going to Qatar or Dubai, wherever it was, he had business or whatever it was. The reward is he gets to play a game. We went, as I said, we went with that formation. Leno in goal, Bellerin playing as one of the 4 with Tierney in the left back, Bellerin in the right back with Holding and Santos as the defenders. Sabalas and Xhaka has the Holding pivot, and then Willock sitting in that hole, Willian on the left, Pepe on the right, and Aubameyang down the middle. And to be honest, we knew what we were going to get from Leeds because they played one style of football. Watching the game, they didn't come out as fast as what I thought, which I thought that's a relief. But for me, Arsenal were even slower out the blocks, and literally they stayed in that kind of momentum. There was no real desire. There was no the way they were playing. It was just lethargic. They looked tired. Sometimes you're watching players that Sabalas looked like they were running in quicksand. Willian, kind of first maybe 10-15 minutes of the game looked lively, was getting around the pitch, but after that he just seemed to fade. Danny Sabalas giving away passes. They weren't even when I say giving away passes, they weren't even getting to a player. I think there was 3 occasions where literally he played a pass straight out to nobody. I don't get what's going on with this team. Yesterday, they looked devoid of ideas. They didn't look like they wanted it. You could see that Leeds wanted it more. You saw the way they were playing in that midfield area where they were literally, they outplayed us in that field, literally. They won that midfield battle. They were just playing around us. And with that, Xhaka and Sabalas just had players running off of them. And they both are not very mobile players. And so it was easy for the Leeds players to pop the ball around them, playing their 1-2s and their triangles and that, and basically working their way down the field. And it's the time that they get the ball from back to front. Whereas when we do it, we take an age to do it, and when we do it, we lose the ball. Or there was a number of times I know Leno went long rather than playing short. I don't know if that was an instruction from Arteta or what, but he was saying that when he was going long, the ball wasn't sticking with Aubameyang. And Aubameyang is not that sort of player who's an hold-up player. He doesn't play. He can't play with his back to goal. His first touch is not brilliant, and in terms of his passing, that's not brilliant. You know, he has to play on the shoulder. But you know, we talk about creativity. We talk about, you know, did he get the service? I don't think he had a shot, if you call it a shot on target, until the second half. And it is very worrying signs concerning Arsenal in terms of the amount of shots that we've had. I think yesterday Leeds had 25 shots to our 9 shots in total for the whole game. 25. I think 14 of those shots from Leeds were in the first half. And remember, we was playing, that was 11 against 11. Okay, and I'll come to the Pepe situation where, you know, petulance came into play and he ends up, you know, letting the side down, letting the team down. Lucky enough, we didn't lose the game. But if he was on that pitch, you know, could he have helped us to possibly nick a win? I don't know. But he's done what he's done. And I really don't know what to say about Arsenal now. I don't know if it's a system. I don't know if it's just, if that's the players have just lost confidence in terms of their ability in themselves and the way Arteta has them set up. It just seems too rigid. It's not fluid at all. We play unattractive football. All right, yes, Spurs beat Man City 2-0 with only 33% possession and only 4 shots all match, and 2 of those were on target. They win the game. But it's all about being clinical. It's all about being clinical. And right now, we've got forward players that are just lacking confidence in front of goal. And I really don't know what to say or what to do or what Arteta can do with this side. And I'm losing the will to, you know, to live when it comes to the tactics that Arteta is actually, you know, showing at the moment with this side. I don't know. I really do feel that we've been duped somehow. And he looks out of his depth. He really does look out of his depth. You know, everything was rosy at the beginning of the season and last season, towards the end of last season, us winning the cup and that. But that is just really papering over the cracks. And in all honesty, the way we're going at this moment, our next 2 games is Wolves at home and then the big North London derby away to Spurs. And Spurs right now are sitting top of the table. It's a horrible thing, but listen, you look at their goal difference. You look at how many goals they've scored. 21 goals to our 9. Who's parking the bus? Who's playing the more fluent football? It's Spurs. You got to say it. You got to say it. Arteta, for me, I don't know. He may be too focused on the other side, and rather than thinking about putting our style of play and imposing our style of play against the teams, he's more concerned about not losing. And yesterday, you know, it was just another one of those games where it just wasn't working. We was getting literally battered. That's the only word I can put to it. It was literally getting battered. You know, passing. I mean, Arsenal were known for their passing. In that game, a total of 310 passes, I think it was. It might be a bit more if let me look at the stats. I think it was 310 passes to Leeds 610. Double. Double what we doing. Double. And park accuracy, 71%. You saw that evidently yesterday with the amount of times we gave the ball away. Something has to give. Something has to give, and something has to change. I don't know if it's a mindset. I don't know if it's a mentality thing. You know, To me, it looks like the players have down tools. I really do, and I really do think he's lost the dressing room. I really personally think that he's lost the dressing room. Not only that, the way he handles players in terms of his man management, you know, the favoritism he has for certain players. I'm not going to even go into that now. That's another whole different topic to talk about. But we are looking like a team void of ideas. I don't know where the next win is going to come, because I just don't see us scoring. I don't see us scoring because we have no creativity. We're very much stifled. You know, Kieran Tierney, you know, he doesn't. You know, very rarely now does he go past the halfway line. And when he was under Unai Emery, mate, and he came on, he and Martinelli linked up brilliantly. He was going in. He was known for whipping those crosses in. Now it's almost he gets to the halfway line and he stops and then turns back and plays it back. And I just think this is coming from the management. And it is a lot of those players are really being stifled, and I think, you know, they're not happy with the way things are. That's my personal opinion. I don't know what you think. Put it in the comments. Let me know. But for me, Arsenal were very lucky. As I said, Bert Leno was probably our best player on that pitch. Made a couple of brilliant saves. And we thank God for the post. We thank God for the crossbar. Because Leeds, you know, they got to be unlucky. I mean, if they score and put away their chances, no lie, we could have been maybe 5-6-0 down. Patrick Bamford could have had an hat-trick. This is how bad we was. I mean, 9 total. 9 shots. 9 shots. And I think 2 on target. All game. Mate, we got Wolves coming up next. We got Wolves. And then after Wolves, Tottenham. We're going to get run ragged. We can't even beat a championship side. Yeah? Okay, yes, we went down to 10 men. And Pepe, what was you doing? What was you doing? I mean, you know, I was watching and I could see he was having a little bit of argy-bargy with that player. Let's go, I think his name is. And to be honest, right, yeah, the guy made a meal of it. He went down like he was being shot. But you don't put your head towards the player. Whether you hardly hit him or hurt, you know, butted him or whatever. The fact that you put your head towards his head and he went down like a sack of potatoes. You know, VAR were going to look at it, and I just thought, that's it. I said to my son, my daughter, that's it, he's off. You know, VAR looked at it, they then told Anthony Taylor, go down and have a look. And you knew it. And he, you know, he's come out and on Twitter and apologised. He said he's let the side down and everything. But look, you know, and Arteta obviously has come out and really properly hung him out to dry. Said it's unacceptable. He's let the club down. He's let the fans down. He's literally gone into one. What he's going to do now in terms of, is he going to put an arm around him, or is he going to, you know, rule with an iron fist? And at the moment, the way Arteta is running this club is like he's ruling with an iron fist, and it doesn't seem to be favouring well with some of the players. On and off the pitch, there's a lot of problems going on. The Ozil situation, Guendouzi situation, you know, the likes of the fight with Luiz and Sabalas. Too much stuff is going on, and it's affecting the club from top to bottom. And mate, under Arsene Wenger, you wouldn't have got this. You wouldn't have got this, not to this level. You know, Arsene Wenger had the respect of the players, and maybe a lot of those players may look at Arteta and think, well, okay, he came in, said the right things, and I got duped. I got sucked in to listen to these non-negotiables, the process, and he talked a good talk. But when it came to shove, where we are now is 11th in the table, and we're 7 points off of Spurs right now. Can you believe it? 7 points off of Spurs. But we've got to turn it around, guys. We've got to turn it around. So, you know, we've got the draw. That's probably the only positive out of it. That, you know, with 10 men, we looked better. And, you know, Aubameyang, you know, I think first half, he just, you know, I don't know, he just didn't look like he was in the game. I was asking, where is he? Where is he? Second half, obviously, worked a little bit harder. Saka, came on for Willock. Again, Willock, he's given the chance. We thought that he'd have legs in the midfield, but just I don't know. He didn't make a case for starting in the Premier League team. And then Bukayo Saka came on. Unfortunately, he got injured and had to go off. But when he did come on, he looked lively. He looked like our most creative player. And, he had that massive chance, a nice ball that was played by Bellerin. And I was just thinking, you're in on goal, and I think he just took too long to take a shot. He had too much time to think about it. You need to just lift that over the player, man. Quick, do it, instinctively, do it. We could have, won that game, possibly 1-0. But it weren't to be. Ainsley Maitland-Niles came on, so, he came on for Saka, obviously, because of the injury, and Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson came on for Saka. For Willian, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Who did he come on for? Because he came on I'm sure he didn't have much time, so I don't know who he covered for. I think he came on sort of late in the 90th minute or whatever. But anyway, the point is, Arsenal need to change their way in terms of the way they play. Arteta has got to get them back down to that training ground. I don't really know where we go from here. I really don't know where we go from here. And for me, if we don't sort this out anytime soon, looking at the table, there's no way I can see us making top four. I can't see it. With the way we are playing, the confidence of the players, I just don't see it. We haven't got the players to come off the bench. We was missing the likes of El Nene and Partey, those kind of players. But we ain't got no ball carriers. We ain't got people that can pick up the ball and run through the lines and run at players. You know what I mean? There's no... As I said, the whole team just look frightened, look scared. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. I'm going to, go through with the player ratings. And going to start off with Leno in goal. As I said, he was our best player on that pitch. Made some great saves. The one from Bamford where it came through, I think Gabriel kind of kneed it out with both knees, and it came and landed at Bamford's feet, and he took a shot. And obviously, Leno was obscured by Gabriel, but he got down really quick to his right and made a brilliant save. And then another shot from another Leeds player where he palmed it over the bar or around the corner. And for me, I'm going to give Bert Leno an 8. For his in terms of his quality yesterday in that game. Starting now with the defence, we'll start off with Bellerin. And Bellerin, I mean, there was a couple of times where he got forward, and as I said, he played that nice ball to Saka. But again, he was just getting roasted down that right hand side, and he I don't know, defensively he's just not good. He keeps coming in narrow, and then he leaves that space out there, and then Rob Holding has to go out there, and he's not the quickest either. Not, you know what I mean? And I don't know what arrangement these two have got, but he always seems to be leaving his space and coming in narrow. And just his all-round game, Arteta picks him. I don't know why he couldn't have started Ainsley over that side. But, that's who he's going with at the moment. And for me, I would give him a 4. That's my personal opinion. I'm going to give him a 4. Do you know what I mean? A couple of times those players were just like running past him like he wasn't even there. He's definitely lost his pace. Absolutely lost his pace. Rob Holding, again, don't feel confident with him in the team. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the injury that's affected him, and it's just his loss of confidence in terms of how he defends. And again, he's not the quickest player, and I'm going to also give him a 4 as well. Next to him, Gabriel Mangalese, not another great game, sorry to say. And I don't know if it's just the quality of what's happening and stuff that's happening around the team, which is actually kind of bringing down his levels. And the last 2 games, he hasn't really had a really great game at all. When you have a defence that concede 24 shots, yet the midfield, there has to be that defence in front of them as well, that second line of defence. But when you're conceding 24 shots or 25 shots, whatever it is, that's just not good. It's just not good. You've got to stop those crosses. You've got to do those blocks and that. I'm going to give Gabriel a 5. Kieran Tierney, again, he was okay. Again, he didn't get forward as much. I did like his spirit after the game, because he wasn't having none of it with regards to that guy who went down like a sack of potatoes. He wasn't having it. He wanted to see fairness in the game, so he was really angry. I saw Xhaka trying to pull him off, and listen, I just hope that his game doesn't get affected, because at the moment, over these last few games under Arteta, his game seems to have regressed. It seems to have regressed, and he didn't have a fantastic game against Aston Villa either. Under Unai Emery, he played a lot better. Definitely played a lot better. And I just hope that he can, get back his, his confidence, and just get back to the levels he was. Do you know what I mean? But in this system and the way things are, the restrictions, and it just sometimes looked like the players didn't know what they were doing. They seem confused, and Arteta just makes it harder than what it is. I'm going to give Kieran Tierney a 5 as well. I thought we had an average game. I'm going to talk about Sabalas and Xhaka. Listen, that game just went past them. Sabalas for a start. Let's talk about him. Passes, just giving away passes left, right, and centre. Again, I keep saying it. Spinning. You need to lay that ball off quicker. You see the pass, bang. What do you need to spin, turn, and why? I just don't get it. I don't get it about your play. I don't know what's happened to the Sabalas towards the end of last season. He's come back and he's just not played well at all. He's not played well at all. And it doesn't help when you're fighting your teammate either. Okay? But, for me, he was probably one of the worst players on the pitch. And as I said, the midfield literally just bypassed him, running off of him. And for me, he gets a 3. That's all. I'm giving him a 3. Granit Xhaka probably was no better. What do you give him? What do you give Granit Xhaka? I mean, you're there hugging up your I don't know if he plays in the same. No, actually, I don't know if he's from the same region as Granit in terms of country, but you're there going over consoling that Alisco guy from Leeds, mate. You should be having a go at him, but it just shows the mentality of this club and the mentality of the players right now, and again, got overrun in midfield, hasn't got the legs, didn't do anything. For me, those passes, didn't see those long passes. I just felt he was overrun. I'm also going to give him a 4 as well. I'm going to give him a 4. The front three, or should I say, let's start with Willock. He had his chance. He came in. I thought that he would have the legs, but again, the game just went past him. I don't know. It's just like, it just looked like the whole team looked very lethargic and tired, and the 50-50 duels, the tackles, they just weren't putting in the tackles. I don't know what it is. Why is it that other teams tackle and we don't? And we always seem to let them progress up the field and we don't put in a tackle. And then you wonder, because next you've got that next line of defence. You should be pressing. I didn't see no pressing. Yeah, I didn't see no closing down. Just you want that. You want to start in the Premier League, but mate, you're gonna have to impress better than that, man. You're gonna have to impress better than that. I didn't see nothing to write home about what you did on that pitch, and I'm gonna give you also a 4 as well. The right of that Pepe, mate. First of all, let me just say, you're not playing street football, okay? You need to release the ball earlier. You don't need to be doing an extra step over. The chance when you're meant to lay off a ball, you don't do it. Or you tackle yourself. I don't get it. I've said it now. I sat down, I said, we have absolutely been duped concerning Pepe. The guy is not worth 72 million. You know what I mean? And it is absolutely, I don't know if it's the pressure, the load on his back. But, mate, you've been running your mouth all, week in the transfer, in the international break, saying that, you want to have your chance and you're disappointed and blah, blah, blah. You come on, and then with your petulance, you go and headbutt a guy. Now, what do you expect Arteta to do? You really did let the side down, and I was absolutely angry with what you did. And even when you came off, you didn't even look like you cared. So it's all right you coming out now and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry that," but man, if you really cared, you're 25 years old. You're not a kid. You're 25 years old, and for that you're getting a 1. That's what you're gonna get, a 1. Aubameyang, he's playing down the middle, but you need to work harder for the team, especially in the first half. It's almost like you're just waiting for the ball. And then when you did get the ball, it either bounced off you or you didn't lay it off, decisively to a player. And I think there was one ball that you played to Saka, and because it was a 50 hospital ball, he ends up clashing with the other Leeds player and hits his knee. I'm just hoping that Saka's not going to be out for long. Aubameyang, since signing the thing, I was gassing about the fact that you're signed, and you did that whole big spiel about you want to be a legend for the club and that. Man, come on, find your shooting boots again, man. Find that old Aubameyang that first came to Arsenal. What's going on? Yes, we can blame the fact that creativity is not in the side and you're not getting the service, but sometimes you've got to have to just try and do it for yourself. And being a captain as well. You know what I mean? When you see your fellow man going on stupid, you need to go over there and say, man, sort this out. I didn't even see that from you. There's no leaders in it. The only leader I see in that side right now is Kieran Tierney. The only leader that's got passion and wants to play for that shirt is Kieran Tierney. We need to get this sorted and get it sorted. Aubameyang, I'm sorry, mate. 2 in 9 games, 2 goals, no goals in open play. You haven't scored. And Arsenal, I think, in terms of open play, we haven't scored in open play in 6 or 7 games. That is ridiculous. I mean, that's mad. That is mad. The last time I think it was against Sheffield United. Jeez, man. Aubameyang, you're getting a 2, mate. You're getting a 2. You're getting a 2, man. Sorry, man. You're getting a 2. Willian, again, as I said, for the first 10, 15 minutes, he looked lively. And, guys, Dave, you're right. Dave, you're right, mate. You was right. You know what I mean? You said it. You called it. This man only shows up 1 in 6, 1 in 7 games. Now it's 1 in 9. That was the last time this guy did anything was against Fulham. You go off to Dubai when you wasn't meant to, but Mr. Arteta covers for you. When you do, it's just like you're showing your age, bro. You're showing your age and you're fizzling out in games, and we're not even like 15, 20 minutes into the game, and then we don't see anything of you. You end up getting not coming out for the second half. I don't know if it's fatigue. What I don't know, but you didn't impress. I'm giving you a 2 as well. I'm giving you a 2 as well. Saka was probably who came on for who did he come on for? Who did Saka come on for? He came on for, I think it was because obviously, yeah, for Willock. He came on for Willock, and he, as I said, was probably our most creative and effective player when he came on. And you should have put that chance away, mate, Saka. You should have put that chance away. It was unfortunate you got the injury. But you looked more lively. You came on. There was a bit of impetus about you when you come on and that. But you should have scored, man. You should have taken that chance. I'm giving Saka a 5. I'm giving Saka a 5. Reece Nelson come on, and I thought, yeah, he's gonna pick up that ball and start running at the team, running at the opposition, and that. You are not making a case. You're not making a case to make the first team, Reece, and this is exactly precisely why you're not getting picked under Arteta, under Unai Emery, and under Wenger. You went on loan on a number of occasions, but when I look at our team and I look at the overall team, mate, you know, we may have a big squad, but I'm telling you, the quality is not there at all. The quality is just not there at all. Reece Nelson, you know, you came on. I'm going to give you a 2. I'm going to give you a 2. Ainsley Maitland-Niles came on in injury time. I'm not going to even score him. The referee, I thought he had an okay game. I'm going to give him a 3. Give the referee a 3. And then as for Mikel Arteta, I'm slowly, if not on the verge or on the borders of saying, man, I think your time could be up. These next 3-4 games, you know, if we go and lose all of these games, surely the club, the hierarchy are going to look at this and say, man, you know, because we're now in a downward spiral right now. That's where we are at the moment. And it's not looking good. You looked void of ideas again, and you're very stubborn in terms of your approach to tactics, your man management of the young players, your favourite players. It's a mess right now. It's a total mess right now, on and off the pitch. And you fooled me. You fooled me, bro. You fooled me with your big words. But I ain't going to get fooled again, man. You know what I mean? I ain't going to get fooled again. And, bro, you know, on that note, mate, I'm giving you a 2. I'm giving you a 2. That's what it is. It's right now looking quite peak for Arsenal. And we have a big game. Well, all our games are big now. But we've got a game at home to Wolves. And I don't really know what he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to be able to change it. I'm hoping that Partey will be fit for that game. El Nene will more than likely miss that game because obviously he's on 2-week quarantine. So he's going to miss that game. But, you know, I'm hoping that Partey will be back in the side. But right now, I can't, and I honestly don't think we're going to get anything from any of those games, to be honest. That is the honest truth. When I sort of the build up to these games, mate, my nerves, mate, are on end, and it's almost like I always have this negative feeling now about when we go on that field of play. I don't have any real hope about how our side is going to perform. I know exactly how we're going to perform, and we're consistently bad. That's right now. I know we're inconsistent, but we're consistently bad right now. And for me, something's got to change. Something has to change, and I don't have the answer. I really don't have the answer. And even if I did, Is Arteta going to listen? Because he's that stubborn. That is just the way it is. Listen, I will be doing a preview for the Mulder game. That's going to be being played on Thursday. We go away to them. I think if we draw that game, we more or less won the group. I think you should play the kids, rest up the likes of Aubameyang, maybe start Lacazette in that game, try and see if we can get some confidence back. Let's go there and try and get a win, because going into the game on Sunday against Wolves at home, we need some kind of confidence boosting. We are lacking goals, and I just don't know where it's going to come from. I look around and I don't, the likes of Martinelli is still injured. I can't wait for him to come back. Partey needing to come back, but we do need a creative player. Could it be the big O? That's the question. Would you take Ozil back in? Yes, I get it. It's not just in the middle of the park that we can create. We can create from the sides, but we ain't unlocking teams right now. We're not unlocking teams with low blocks or nothing. And because of the way we're playing, we're not creative anyway. So, will it make a difference? We're linked with a number of players in January. Whether that's going to come through or not, whether the board's going to back Arteta in terms of getting in some players, because right now, things ain't looking good for Arsenal. And I hate to say it, but Tottenham right now are miles better than us. Simple as. You may hate me for it, but they're miles better than us. Listen, please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you on the next review. Take care.